Hello and welcome to the Building Network channel. My name Olaf Pfannebecker, and hello social economic networkers. Last week we talked about the 8 steps for building the network that are essential to build a solid, productive and profitable network. Today we are going to talk about the cycle of momentum, which involves a series of steps that need to be considered to be very effective in the building your network. In our tool, The Guide to Success, you can find all the following points we're going to mention today. And before you start, it is very important to understand that there are 3 basics, let's say 3 pillars for building a solid, stable and productive network. These 3 pillars are sponsoring, our retention and the life point volume. The sequence is very important. The initial instructions to build a network is to sponsor people for the network. So why is sponsoring the first pillar? Because the network is built with people. It is the most important part of our business. Now the cycle of momentum itself is a continuous cycle that begins with the first step, the list of prospects, then followed by the invitation, then the business presentation, and finally we follow up, and when the follow-up ends, we're going to start again. It is a continuous cycle. It is one of who produces the life point volume in our business. If you double this further to 3-4 people, it produces a network in continuous growth. That is why it is so important that we model, practice and internalize this cycle. Because every detail of the cycle at the end brings you to results. And the results is the position within our company's incentive plan and the ability to reach the different positions, which in turn brings us the financial results, and these financial results enable you to achieve your dreams. So today we start with the cycle of momentum. The first step in the cycle of momentum is the enrollment. One of the most important things to keep in mind is that when you sponsor a new prospect, you sit down with that person to create the largest possible list of candidates. One of the most common mistakes we see is that the new candidate is asked to make a list himself. But you personally do not sit down as a sponsor with the new candidate to compile a list of prospects and thereby cause them to create the largest possible candidate list. Therefore, it is very important that we take the time to compile this list with at least 100 names. And when you enroll someone who is new, sit down with them and do the same. While sitting with the new person, you model and teach him to write down as many names as possible, because this new person generally only writes down the people that he thinks is suitable for the business, and will eliminate many people because this new person may think that he is a professional or maybe an entrepreneur or already has money, and because of this reason it will not work out. This and many other reasons exclude people from the list. For this reason, it is very important that you as a sponsor sit down with this person who has just entered the business. Together create a list of at least 100 people. Why 100? Because the larger the list, the more likely is that this new person with whom we have developed the list will find new partners and new candidates from whom the leaders we will duplicate, will emerge, and who we will help build the network. We think this point is very important. Large list represents big networks, because if this multiplies, you will find more and more people, which larger list at your organizations will grow, which is a great opportunity for a larger group of people to present our business opportunity. It is therefore very important to create the largest possible list of prospects. Find your candidates on your cell phone in your annual agenda. Write them on your prospect list. Write down on this list all of your friends, all of your relatives, all of your colleagues, all of your neighbors, all of your acquaintances. Make a detailed list, and add more prospects to this every single day. It is the first step that opens the cycle of momentum, and we would say it is one of the most important ones. If there is no list of the prospects, we have to let's say, to ask ourselves with whom we're going to talk with, how we're going to build our network, who will go on further, whom we're going to introduce the business to. And because of that, take your time to create this list of prospects. The more information we mention on this list, the easier it will be to invite these new prospects. That will be a very interesting topic we're going to discuss about in our next edition next week. The details which should be listed on the list are the following ones, at least: name, surname, telephone number, email, nationality, place of residence, and more specific details about this possible prospects. And this is crucial information to be able to successfully invite the candidate, like their age, because depending on how old the person is, we address them differently. If they are single or sharing life with someone, because in order to save time and energy, it is highly recommended if the person is married or lives with someone, that both are present in the business presentation and can therefore make a good decision together. Working or in what? Because it makes a big difference to present this fantastic business opportunity to an unemployed person, an employee, a self-employed person, or an entrepreneur, and therefore different approaches should be used. Among other things, the information should also have at least 3 reasons why you would like to have this person in your business, since we do not play around with the people's life and also not with their dreams, but we do take this very seriously. And finally, the note should also be written down how you got to know this person, or which kind of relationship you have with this person. Let's say this is my brother or it's my niece, as this greatly facilitates the work of the team, so they will be able to prepare effectively to invite them to a business presentation. Another mistake we have encountered over the time is that people burn most people on the list in advance. Since they have just registered in this business, they are giving away too much information. They are talking about the products, they are talking about the network, they are talking about network marketing, they are talking about money. This causes people to make judgments. And based on this judgment people make during the invitation process, they then tell us that they will go to the business presentation, but they never arrive. Or they just don't accept the invitation because they think we will invite them to a business to sell products. Why? Because we talked about the products first. So they made a judgment. If that person doesn't like sales, we'll limit that candidate who could have attended the business presentation if he would have done it right. Make it a habit to meet new people every day so that you can continuously and constantly expand your list. There are 4 different lists that we will initially develop. The first list is the hot list. This list consists of people who are very close to us, people we already know very well, like our best friends, family members, employees, colleagues, or also your neighbors. It is the list of people on whom we have the greatest influence. Then there's the list of acquaintances. These are the people who know us and we know them, but somehow there is no close relationship. There's the distant list. It is a list of people who live in other cities or even in other countries, and it is important to keep adding people to this list, as when the time comes right, we will contact them to present them this incredible opportunity. And there's the list of referrals. The list of referrals is the list that continues to grow throughout the new team members. As soon as we offer someone the business opportunity and that person says no at the moment, and we are able to get this yes from this no. How can we get this yes? If someone says no, we ask them if you would have said yes, whom you would have spoken to about this opportunity, whom you would think about, who has the ability, is a good candidate or previously worked in network marketing businesses, or maybe as an entrepreneur or a person who likes business and wants to make progress in his life, whom you would think of. He will tell us that people he thinks of, and then I will ask him, can you please give me the names of the referrals so that we can sit down with this person and present the business opportunity? And at this point we always get a yes or no. There are very good team members coming out of good referrals, and we get to use the ability to continuously receive referrals from people who are not primarily interested in the project, or even from those who are interested in the product. There's the fifth list. The development of this list is very important. It is a list that we create with the new partner to evaluate the top 20 prospects on his list. Why is that so important? Because if we want to start a company that is growing quickly, we will work with those people who have influences. They know a larger number of people with leadership skills, maybe with previously they worked in other network marketing companies, or they are entrepreneurs. If those people decide to go into the business with your new team member, we will grow faster in the business. When a new team member activates a new person, your company gains speed, because he has brought a new person on board. You already know that your business is running, and that motivates him to look for more and more people. One of the skills that network entrepreneurs need to develop is the ability to meet new people, as we mention in our education system and in the Guide to Success. We illustrate it with the traffic light concept. A traffic light has red light, it has yellow light, and it has green light. Now the red light means stop, do not go further. This yellow light means continue with caution, and the green means keep going on free passages shown. So let's take some time to see how the concept works and how to meet new people. We believe one of the most important things to do to develop stability is to do it every day. Personally, didn't have this habit in the beginning, but the habit and the reception of doing it gradually, daily, gave me the ability. It always also happens to you. You will have a lot of success to meet new people every day. And that happens in daily life. What do I mean? For example, if you visit the doctor, you can wait there for half an hour, or maybe even sit in the waiting room for an hour. Most of the time other patients are also waiting there. It's a great opportunity to start a conversation with one or two people and get to know each other. If you go to the bank and there's a group of people waiting in the line, there's another way to meet people while you're waiting too. When you take your kids to school or you're gonna pick them up, there you surely meet other parents, which gives you another opportunity to start a conversation. Take advantage of the situations in daily life as much as possible to get to know new people. There are two very important concepts that you need to learn. Now, the first concept is ask questions, and the second concept is tell your story. It's fairly easy to say hello to someone. Make a first conversation about it. You should be able to ask about the family, whether they have children, what they do for a living, what hobbies they like, and so on. And you start talking about yourself while getting to know each other and starting having a good relationship. Well, what will you mention in your story? Among other things, maybe that you are currently working, that you are still having your job, but also that you met an incredible team of entrepreneurs called social economic networkers, which are helping you to move forward in these moments of financial changes, to be happy and successful in your life, because this team shows you the way how property and financial future works. Now, all of that creates interest and curiosity in this new person. We are getting to know each other. One of the mistakes that are made when we meet new people is talking directly about network marketing. We talk about products, we talking about the company for life, and so we lose this this possible customer or the potential leader because he has made a judgment, and according to his mind, he's denying himself to the business opportunity or believes that we have a personal interest in his person because we want to present him the business. But now it is something completely different. If you give them the opportunity to meet and get to know people, you tell your story throughout a normal and up-to-date conversation, and thereby the person who listens can observe how the different interests and thoughts of the candidate are awakened. Therefore, we make the comparison with the traffic light. When you try to have a conversation with someone that has a bad attitude and doesn't respond, when that person doesn't have the right energy to speak to you, we call this red light. Stop immediately and end the conversation. There will be more people out there you can talk to. The concept of the yellow light, these are the people who don't answer right away. They don't respond with a certain degree of openness. You have to be careful here because we may not know each other enough. Remember that you just started the conversation. They are people who may be very reclutant or still just don't trust you because we ask a lot and talk a lot, and that's normal. So be careful by continuing with the conversation. Try to continue the conversation slowly but surely. Never apply pressure. And there's the concept of the green light. The green light concept is that you get on with one person straight away. Since you can talk to each other freely right from the start. He tells you about his life, you talk to him about your life, and a very good relationship develops immediately. They are open, enterprising people who have a very good attitude during the conversation, and this is a great door, a great opportunity that opens up for you so that if you tell a little of your story, you can arouse interest in the candidate and make an appointment to invite him to a business presentation. Never forget, the person will always ask you, what is this all about? Tell me a little bit more about it. And you will answer this objection. To tell you exactly what it is about, I need a little bit of time, which I unfortunately do not have right in this moment. However, I know that you will be very interested because you have a great attitude towards the opportunity we are developing. It is a project in which a great team is at our side, helps us and shows us the way that I would also like to show you. Yes, it is very important to tell your story and tell him that you have met a team of people who will teach you how to live a life for wealth and prosperity nowadays. People who will also help you to participate in the new way of generating income, how you can achieve a better income for yourself and your family by working less hours. And if you mention this to someone, that with less hours of work, they can achieve a better financial situation for him and for his family. Many people will be interested in learning a little bit more about it, so make an appointment. So we are going to develop the art of getting to know new people, because that's a skill every networker has to develop to always have prospects on their list. Now, next week, we will talk about the second step of the cycle of momentum. This will be about how to effectively invite people. Very interesting. We appreciate very much being here with us. Please give us a like, a subscribe to the channel so you are updated. We hope you enjoyed the session. We are looking forward to welcome you next week at your edition of Building Network 2020. Have a lot of success.